The Buffaloes are looking to bounce back from a disappointing home loss this past Thursday night to Lubbock Christian. The loss dropped the Buffs to 7th in the LSC race, and each upcoming game is vital if West Texas hopes to host a first-round game in the LSC tournament. Offense isn't the issue. The Buffs lead the LSC in scoring at 81 points a game, but the going is never easy when Eastern New Mexico is the opponent. Back on December 12th, the Buffs took an 81-63 win over the Greyhounds over in Portales. This is a Greyhound team that comes in on a skid. They've lost 8 straight, 10 of their last 12 games. Their last win came back on January 8th against Arkansas Fort Smith. They only have one player that averages in double-figure scoring. Head coach Brent Owen has a rebuild job on his hands. He comes in from a very solid Southern Indiana program where he was the assistant up there for many years. No reason to think that Coach Owen won't get the Greyhounds on the right track. You just hope, Lucas Kinsey, tonight's not the night that they hit their stride.
You're exactly right, Kent. Eastern at this point, a team that is playing hard, playing with really nothing to lose. At a 6-14 overall record, just 2-9 in conference play. Meanwhile, the Buffs, they're not used to losing. Period. They're not used to losing at home. They took Thursday night's loss very tough against a very talented LCU team, by the way, but 85-76. And the Buffs just have a sour taste in their mouth. They want to get that taste out of their mouth. They need more consistent play. This team is very talented. Chris Gove said it when we talked to him today at halftime. He said, we're not exactly sure what the answer is, but we know we need more consistency on both ends of the floor. There are times when the Buffs play really well. They play well together, but they've got to have it gel. They've got to have all 5 players on the same page, and that just hasn't been the case, again, enough.
The Greyhounds, well, they're reeling a little bit personnel-wise as well. Their leading scorer this year, Jose Serrano, played 9 games. Decided he'd had enough basketball. He had a family back in California, and he said, I'm going to go take care of business on that end. So his 12.6 points is not available. James Jordan is a junior transfer from Kent State University. He was averaging 9 points and 4 rebounds a game. He injured his collarbone a few weeks ago, and he's not going to be available for today either. For the Buffs, J.T. Warren, who did not play in the first semester, has came back and was logging a few minutes here in the second semester. He has an ankle injury suffered in practice last week. He is wearing a boot, and he will not be suited up today, but that's where we are as we go.
Eastern New Mexico, they're just like the women, Kent. They suffered a heartbreaking loss Thursday at Cameron, 66-65. Cameron made 2 free throws with less than a second left on the clock to take that win. The Greyhounds, they did a great job inside. They had 34 points in the paint, but they committed 18 turnovers, and also they allowed Cameron to shoot 47% from the three-point line.
For the second half of today's Lone Star Conference Twin Bill.
In the first meeting between these two teams, the Greyhounds committed 14 turnovers, the Buffs 12. Let's meet the starting lineup. First, our visitors from Portales, New Mexico. The Greyhounds, in their first season under head coach Brent Owen, at 6-14, 2-9 in conference play. They'll start at 1 guard, Kentrell Pullian, a 6-foot freshman from Benton Harbor, Michigan. Pullian averages 12 points, 5.2 rebounds. The second guard, Garrick Sherrod, a 5'10 senior from Norfolk, Virginia. Sherrod averages 0.4 points and just under 1 rebound a game. The third guard, Nico Basinicus, a 6'4 freshman from Colleyville, Texas. Basinicus averages 3.7 points, 1.2 rebounds. The forwards are Yasnir Kobas, a 6'7 senior from Miami, Florida, averages 9.8 points, 4.5 rebounds. And Kevin Neba, 6'5 junior from Libreville, Gabon, that's in Africa, 2 points, 3.1 rebounds. For the Buffs, they come in at 20-6, 6-5 in Lone Star Conference play. They'll start at 5-guard offense. At 1 guard's Jesse Oweezy, 6'5" freshman from Roanoke, Texas. Oweezy averages 6 points, 4.5 rebounds. He has 7 double-figure scoring outings this year and 1 double-double. Julius Brown's the point guard, a 5'10" junior from Westerville, Ohio. Julius averages 13.6 points, 3.5 rebounds. Dalen Williams is starting inside, 6'9" graduate student from Stinnett, Texas, transfer from Northwest Louisiana. Dalen averages 2.8 points, 3.3 rebounds. He had a double-double against UT Permian Basin. Zach Toussaint's the 4th guard, 5'11" sophomore from Johnsburg, Illinois. Set a career-high 36 points against Midwestern State. Had 22 back in December at Eastern New Mexico. He averages 15.2 points, 2 rebounds a game. Rounding out the starting 5, Larry Wise, the transfer from North Texas, native of Waxahachie. He's a 6'4" sophomore, averaging 15 points, 4.7 rebounds. He had 19 points Thursday night at against LCU. He had 18 back in December against these Greyhounds. So, Lucas, you've got one team fighting for home court advantage in the conference tournament. You got another team fighting to be in the conference tournament. You've got just over 2 weeks left to play in the regular season. Can't afford to slip up.
And it's interesting, they changed the starting lineup up again today. Dalen Williams will start, as you just mentioned, KJ. He played hard the other night in the loss against LCU, and maybe being rewarded for that. That Lubbock Christian game was one that WT let slip away from them. They started the second half out, just not a lot of energy. LCU built up to a 23-point lead, but what you did like to see from the Buffaloes is they fought back. They forced a lot of turnovers, and they gave themselves a shot. They cut that lead down to 8 within the last 2 minutes of the ball game. Just were not able to get it done. They need to make sure that they have a strong start today, though, again, on both sides of the floor. For most of the season, the defense is what was carrying this team. Last couple of weeks, the defense has been hit and miss.
And it's all about the tradition.
Our officials this afternoon, Nick Atwood, Josh Haug, and Yewan Gatewood. You know, it's interesting. You see Dalen Williams in the lineup, and we've been told the guys that play hard are the guys that are going to get the minutes.
Sure.
We're kind of seeing that with Brent Owen's Greyhound squad. This is not the starting 5 that he's put on the floor the last few games. Both coaches kind of putting the dice in the Yahtzee cup and shaking it up and hoping to roll snake eyes here. It's going to be Williams jumping at center against Kobos. Yewan Gatewood in the center circle puts it up, and the Greyhounds win the tip. Eastern in the dark Kelly green with the black trim, the white Eastern and numerals on the front, the Buffs in the white Under Armour with the maroon slash on the shoulder as Kobos gets free, drives to the bucket, Williams rejects, but the Greyhounds retain possession.
Grown man shot block there from Dalen.
Here's Kobos, goes over Williams, in and out, no good. Oweezy saves the ball to Julius, and Toussaint brings the Buffs up court. Just underway here at the First United Bank Center. West Texas A&M ranked 24th in the NABC poll against Eastern New Mexico. Brown open for a 3, short, had a look. Almost gets a steal.
Julius had a strong start Thursday against Lubbock Christian, was able to penetrate, get into the paint a lot. That time they leave him open from the three-point line. It doesn't fall. You're going to see Eastern's team here from Brent Owen play very hard.
Pullian with a mid-range jumper. No good. Oweezy with the rebound.
Coach Owen in his second season, a longtime assistant at Southern Indiana.
Wise with a pull-up, rattles out. Oweezy, the offensive rebound, too strong on his putback. And the Greyhounds, Inba comes up with the loose ball.
Yeah, Kevin Nzimba, the 6'5 junior. They got a lot of big bodies in there. It's going to be a battle every time a shot goes up to try to go crash and get a rebound.
Pullian up top. Left wing to Kobos. Down low to Nzimba. Sherrod, shot clock at 2. A little too strong. Williams with the rebound.
Two teams are combined 0 for 6 to start.
Here's Juju, wants to drive, stops from 10 and knocks it down.
Julius Brown, everybody up.
The Buffs take the early lead, 2-0. 2 minutes into this contest. Kobos in the corner.
Oh, good steal.
Toussaint comes up with a steal, drives to the bucket, fouled, ball won't go, but he'll go to the line shooting twice. Foul, I believe, is going to go on Polian.
Garrett Sherrod.
So, Garrett Sherrod with his first personal.
Nice job of Toussaint using his defense to lead to opportunities on the other side. Again, Zach, 5th all-time for WT in three-pointers made as he makes that free throw. But this season we have seen him really develop offensively. He can put it on the floor. He can finish. He's had some games where he's had some good assist numbers as well. He's an all-around player.
Yeah, his role has changed, and he's adapted with it. I imagine the style of play we're seeing from Toussaint now is probably the way his game was when he was in the high school ranks. Then he comes to WT where we had Murray and Grant. They didn't need a ball handler. Let's get a guy that can knock him down. There's Sherrod, guarded by Toussaint.
His defense has also improved as well this year.
Sherrod gets some space. Looked like he cleared out on Zach and knocks down the jumper.
Use the off arm maybe a little bit.
Your great support. Thank you.
3-2 Buffs. Brown at the block, kicks it out to Wise. Wise feeds Williams. Dalen underneath, shot no good.
Some good looks, good opportunities, but it just wouldn't fall. And the Buffs have started 1 of 6 from the field.
16.5 to play in the first, 3-2 our score. It's like a baseball score in the third inning.
Cool.
Strong move to the rim there by Kobos, no good. Wise comes up with the rebound and brings it up court. From the block in the corner to Cameron Bell. They give it to Brown, who drives the lane and draws the contact.
This is a good matchup here at the start here with Kentrell Pulliam guarding Julius Brown. Both players very quick. That time the foul was picked up, though, on Pulliam.
Hand check by Pulliam. Buffs to inbound to the right of their bucket with Julius Brown. Get the ball in. Finds Toussaint with a quick release on the 3. It won't go. Rebound comes down to the Greyhounds' Sherrod. Both teams cold from the floor here in the early going of this game. The Buffs 1 of 6, the Greyhounds 1 of 6. Pulliam starts to drive, picked up by Bell, finds Kobos inside, got behind Hayden Blankley, and lays it in.
And I can remember this from when we saw Eastern earlier this season. Pulliam, just a freshman, he is a good-looking player. Made a nice feed there that time.
Brown drives all the way in for the finger roll.
It is so difficult to stay with Juju.
And then we've got a foul on the inbounds. They're going to get Cameron Bell. See, put an arm around Sherrod. Bell picks up his first personal, team foul number 1 against the Buffs, and that'll.
Yeah, you think you'd like to try to play some defense here, some ball defense against Julius Brown? Pretty tough.
Had 2 guys on him. He gets to the rack. There's nobody there. 15:33 to play in the first. Buffs lead at 5-4. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
Well, as a lot of the games go between Eastern New Mexico and West Texas A&M, it's a grudge match. It's been tough from the get-go. Buffs lead it by 1 point, 5-4, but some shots have been missed, some teams battling for rebounds, playing tough defense.
We woke up to a sheet of ice in Canyon this morning, and it seems to have carried over to the offenses on both teams today. Full court pressure applied by the Buffs. Almost have a steal there as Cameron Bell went for the ball. Pullian grabbed it and then flung it off of Bell. Maintained possession for the Greyhounds.
As hard as these two teams are playing, conditioning maybe play a part as we go on.
We've got Nick Atwood conferring with Yewan Gatewood. I think he's saying that someone may have stepped out of bounds here on the pass. Nope, we're going to keep it the way it is.
Okay.
$15:22 to play in the first. Buffs up 5-4.
We mentioned Coach Owen Kent in his time at Southern Indiana. He was an assistant coach on the team that we saw take out the Buffs when they made it to the Elite Eight.
Boy, that was a rough one. What an atmosphere, though.
It was.
Packed house at Ford Center in Evansville. All cheering for the home team.
All except for you and me.
Yeah.
And a few of about 50 of the faithful Buff Nation.
Yeah. Knew how the Christians felt when they went into the Coliseum against the Lions. Larry Wise with a dazzling move to the rack. It's his first bucket. Buffs go up 3, and here's a double team and a turnover. Wise and Bell had the double team, forced the errant throw, and Juju came up with it. Wise on the wing, in the paint, off the glass, too strong. Eweezy saves the ball back to Blankley.
Between his legs, some style points, Jesse.
Hustle play by the freshman. Juju's open, he'll put up the 3, too short. Greyhounds dodge a bullet on that possession.
And that was a Irvin Magic Johnson save there from Eweezy. Now into the game right now for Eastern, Adam Hess. He comes off the bench, but he's a good shooter. Sophomore transfer from UTEP. Buffs have got to keep a good close watch on him. He can shoot the 3.
Down on the block, Nziba throws the ball away. Jesse comes up with it. An outlet to Bell. Yeah, you mentioned Hess. He started the first game between these two.
Yeah, he's a talented player. He's taller. Again, can at times, if he needs to, he can go inside and post up. But his main offensive threat is to shoot it from the perimeter.
Has the ball now with Wise on him. He's trying to drive. Gets down baseline. Kicks it back to Pullian. 8 on the shot clock. Pullian at the line. Underhand shot. A little wild. Buffs come up with it. Here comes Brown. Wise on the wing.
Too much
takes
space.
the 3. Knocks it down.
Yeah, that's one thing that they're going to have to tell Kentrell Pullian is your closeout on Larry Wise has got to be much closer than that. He'll hit that 3.
You said too much space. I'm looking down. He's 3 feet away. Well, that's too much room.
Yeah.
And the Buffs forced the turnover.
Coach Owen frustrated right now. His team is being harassed. I like this defensive pressure that WT has gone with. Look at this.
It's like the offense isn't working in the half-court game. Let's apply the defensive pressure, try and get something in transition.
It's working right now. A 6-point lead for the Buffs. They've gone on a 7-0 run over the last 2:25.
Played 6 minutes. The Hounds have turned the ball over 5 times. Buffs, knock on wood, yet to commit a turnover. Brown in the corner, drives baseline.
Oh, good defense by Pullian.
Blankley gets the rebound out to Tucson. 4-3!
Those are frustrating plays if you're the opposing team, Eastern New Mexico. They're playing so hard. The ball's fumbled around. but it somehow finds the hands of the babyface assassin.
Brent Owens has seen enough. Let's take a look at this. Well, there's the end of it. The result, 13-4 our score. Just under 13 to play in the first. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons. We live.
Welcome back to First United Bank Center. Timeout taken by head coach Brent Owen. See if Eastern can break this pressure that the Buffs have been applying so far. 13-4 lead for WT.
Greyhounds ball with Sherrod on the wing, guarded by Wise. Now Blankley comes up. They get it inside. Dalen Williams with the steal.
Oh.
Julius keeps it going. Hayden Blankley with the slam. He's undercut.
Oh, that's a dangerous
Lands
play
awkwardly.
there. What an athletic play for the Buffs to keep that ball alive, and then Blankley, hopefully he's okay. Look at this one. Julius taps it to him, and he really just slips. He gets hit, but not in the back. I mean, the player's coming in up top.
He was fouled, but it wasn't undercut. No. I'm not so sure it wasn't so much Hayden trying to grab the rim to stay afloat, but the officials are going to take a look. The teams are going to go to the bench. But what an effort on the defensive end by Dalen Williams, and then the sleight of hand by Julius Brown. Think about it, you're tapping the ball and not getting called for travel.
If we get a chance, let's see if we can go back on that one, Jamie, for just a second. There's a look at Tom Brown visiting with his team. Yeah, the steal, he taps it ahead, and watch the player from behind. He's really going for the ball. Yeah, he's going for the ball, and Hayden slips. You and I both saw Kent Thursday night after we got done with the WT-LCU games. A similar play to that, but it was much different. It was very flagrant, and that was in the Duke game.
Virginia game, yeah. And on that one, the defender came in at knee level, and the intention was to take out the shooter. This one here,
no.
Yeah, they're going for the ball, and it was just an unfortunate ending.
A shot there at the WT bench from our Thunder Vision team, and when I visited with Chris Gove at halftime, he took the opportunity, Kent, to say congratulations to his head coach, to his friend Tom Brown, for 200 wins, right, which is an amazing feat. And one of the things I was talking with him about is he said our guys were so devastated Thursday after the loss to Lubbock Christian, but they have made that this program what it is, to where the expectation is that you win every single night, and we know that's just not realistic, but that's what you want as a coach. That's what you want your program to look like, is for the standard to be excellence, and that's what they've done.
Well, you go back the last 3 or 4 years, 4 losses was a season's worth for them, and as this year goes, and it's let's face it, 20-6, it's an outstanding season. But they would lose a game, and I would go home at night just, with a gray cloud over my head. And then you just had to stop and think about it and say, wait a minute, they're in the conference race. They're going to the conference tournament. The season's not over. And they've won 20 basketball games. Well, 20 used to be the mark. Now it's 25 and 28. But when you're used to winning 30 or accustomed to winning 30, and then you completely turn over the roster, you've got to start somewhere.
Good showing today from the West Texas A&M crowd as the fraternities and sororities have come out, along with Buff Nation officials still taking a look at this review, as Hayden Blankley was able to finish on a fast break, on a slam dunk, was fouled, but they're trying to determine most likely whether they're going to call a flagrant on this. Again, Kent, maybe you go flagrant, but not intentional. I mean, not of the dirty kind at all.
We're about to find out. A1 Gatewood goes to the scorer's table to fill them in. Nick Atwood explains to Brent Owens.
And the best thing is that Hayden Blankley's coming back out to shoot a free throw.
Good by Hayden Blankley. A whistle for the personal foul on Eastern New Mexico's Martin Maya.
Okay, so just a personal foul, and they got that one right.
Just a regular foul, and I wouldn't disagree. So now Hayden Blankley gathers things together and gets his three-point play. Heads to the bench. Addison Wallace into the lineup for the Buffaloes.
Again, everything that has gone well today for WT is a result of their pressure and their trapping defense.
Yeah,
they're going to stay with.
Again. Got a guy the size of Larry Wise in the backcourt guarding the inbound. That's a tough one. And that's a walk. Marvin Mapaga just never had control.
Right now, Dalen Williams is doing an outstanding job with his help defense. He's making it very difficult for the Greyhounds, even when they do get into the paint, to get shots off. That time, his help defense forces a travel.
Brown kicks it in the corner to Wallace, starts to drive. Cut off by Hess. Brown again, 12 on the shot clock. Gets a screen from Williams. Kicks it outside to Wise. Pump fake. Cross court to Brown for three. Knocks it down at the buzzer.
Wow. Eastern had played excellent defense until the last 2 seconds. A double team forced the pass out to the open shooter. And Julius hit it. This is a 16-0 run by the Buffs. And we got a timeout on the floor. 19-4, West Texas A&M leads. And we're back with more hoops action after these messages.
In consecutive years, how many home runs did
J. Ferg Roofing has been protecting our community for 15 years. With more than 30,000 homes and businesses protected by our roofing work, we're proud of our ability to provide efficient, lasting solutions for your roofing needs. What makes us stand out from the competition is that we work for you, dedicated team members who guide you every step of the way. That is the J. Ferg advantage. Quality, experience, fast pass scheduling, customer rewards. We have it all. Call J. Ferg Roofing today for a free inspection. We are J. Ferg Roofing. We are more.
The crowd enjoying this one today. There's a Tom Brown fathead in the stands, I think I see there. And he's smiling. I love that one. Tom's always smiling. Buffs are happy right now, leading 19-4. 11:37 to play. Eastern really struggling, and they're going to turn it over again.
Wow. Turnover number 8 against the Hounds in the first 8 minutes of the game. Buffs on a 16-0 run.
check out shot clock reset at 20 seconds.
11:30 to play here in the first. Buffs up 19-4. And the turnaround started when the Buffs employed the pressure defense.
Good fake.
Here's Addison, fakes one way, comes back to the right. No, but Dalen Williams there for the tip in.
This is as good a game as Dalen has had in quite some time.
Had the double-double against UTPB.
He does it again.
He draws the foul. Gotta love it.
Mr. Dalen Williams providing an extra spark in this first half.
Talk about kids coming from small town high schools and succeeding. You know, Stinnett and Phillips. And there's a third school in there. They consolidated and made West Texas High, and that's where Dalen Williams comes from. Very small community.
Another turnover.
And there's another turnover. Credit Toussaint with the pressure. Julius Brown comes up with the loose ball, and he'll go to the line. Foul's going to go against Cornell Greenwood, his second, team's fifth. So the Brown goes to the line, shooting twice. Phillips, Stinnett, and Plemons. Those are the three communities that consolidated for West Texas.
Not Plymouth, but Plemons.
Plemons.
Okay.
I had to wait a minute to do it. Those are all oil towns, or were oil towns. And Stinnett, of course, just north of Borger. That's our small town history for today.
Yes, sir. 9 turnovers committed by Eastern New Mexico over the last 5 minutes and 14 seconds, which coincides with the scoring drought of 5 minutes and 14 seconds. And Oweezy pops the ball loose and nearly had a 10th turnover.
They may still get one as they keep the pressure on. Pullian crosses the timeline, goes baseline, got up in the air, nowhere to go, and Wallace came up with it. He'll bring it up court himself. He may just take it all the way, and he does.
This is what the game plan was. I mean, you could tell from Thursday night that Tom Brown and Chris Gove and Quincy Henderson said, we're going to just play defense from the start all over the place.
Hess brings it up court, pulls up, misses the jumper. Oweezy with the rebound and the outlet to Bell. Inside of 10 to play in the first. Buffs led at one point 3-2. It's now 24-4.
Shot missed by Cameron Bell. But Eastern's got to find a way to score. Fans didn't like that call. But Cameron Bell had reached in before Kentrell Pullian kind of pushed off. Here's the look again. Bell steps in, and that's a blocking foul.
There's a strong drive to the rack by Basinicus. No good, but the Hounds keep it alive, and Jared Perry, sophomore from Surprise, Arizona, with the putback.
And that ends a scoring drought of 6 minutes and 26 seconds for the Greyhounds.
They have a whistle inside. They're going to get Yasir Kobas.
He's arguing his case. He said, Jesse, grab me first.
Yeah, Weezy got tied up inside. Kobas picks up his first. Larry to inbound. Wise gets it in to Brown. Julius in the paint. The step back won't go. Blankley fights for the rebound, but he can't get it. Hounds ball. Buffs with the pressure in the backcourt again. Get it into Nziba. And moonlighting underneath at the other end is Perry, who gets the dunk.
Well, that's what you don't want to do when you're applying the full court pressure. The Buffs had not allowed that yet.
They kind of fell asleep.
Yeah, that good offensive press break there for the Greyhounds. So they get the ball down the sideline, and somebody forgot that they were the safety, right?
8:52 to play in the first. Buffs up 24-8. We'll just keep it here. Buffs and the Lady Buffs back at it this coming Tuesday here at the First United Bank Center. Lady Buffs and the Aggies tip it off at 5:30. Those are two teams that are tied for the top in the LSC women's standings. The Buffs and the Aggies go at it at 7:30.
There have been some great games today already, KJ. We were looking at that women's game earlier, UTPB and Texas A&M Kingsville. The Javelinas came back, and they won 71-69. Another close game on the men's side. Dallas Baptist, they trailed throughout the game, at home against Western New Mexico, but DBU comes out with a 68-67 win.
Here we've got 8:39 to play in the first. The Buffs up 24-18.
8.
Oh, 8, yes, of course. I saw that.
And now
it's 27-8. Buffs up by 19. Quickly at the other end, a three-pointer put up and missed by Basanikis. But the Hounds keep it alive. Good hustle by Wallace. Ahead to a Weezy. Look out, folks. Blam!
Yep, showtime. And a great pass from Larry Wise, too. Immediately got his head up and saw his teammate wide open on the other side. That's good basketball there.
And Brent Owens doesn't like what he's seeing from his team, trailing 29-8. Here we're going to see the end result of a fast break with Jesse Oweezy on the receiving end. That'll take us to a timeout. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Basketball tournament. All you got to do is visit GoBuffsGo.com/.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train long, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day. With a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons. We live for this.
And a visit for their location on the square for a
Our score 29-8, all Buffs, as WT is using a suffocating defense, full court pressure that has forced 12 Eastern New Mexico turnovers. That converts into 19 points off
You like to see that.
turnovers. This is going back, it's like the Jerry Tarkanian running Rebels here, right? Let's go full court press the whole time.
Well, the Buffs showing that they can do it. And there's another turnover. That time, poor Jared Perry was on the receiving end of that pass, and he looked like an outfielder in baseball that lost the ball in the lights.
Yep.
He was under it, he had it, and then all of a sudden it dropped in front of him and bounced into the band.
I was talking about the running Rebels and Tarkanian. Could you give a towel to Tom Brown? And
He could chew on it a while. Here's a pass inside, not a lob, but a big pass to Oweezy. He is blocked by Kobus. Buffs leading 29-8. There's a shot missed. Wise gets the rebound, and we've got a foul against the Greyhounds. It's going to be Kobus picking up his second personal.
Brent Owen just really frustrated right now. You know, he just hollered out to his freshman Kentrell Pullian, slow down. Pullian is so fast, but he got into traffic, had nowhere to go, and the shot was too wild.
Well, you know, we have all been on the trailing end of a game where a team is just pressing the daylights out of you, and the team that you're with, coaching, cheering for, whatever, just can't get it going, can't break the press, turns the ball over, gets one shot, misses, and that's what Brent Owens is watching right now.
That's incredible. 26-4, make it 27-4 run over 8 minutes of play.
And you can call timeouts and you can diagram plays, but it's difficult to pull out of that spiral.
And I love it, WT. They're not letting up.
Inbounds to Perry, double team. Now they kick it back to Hess. Hess gets it across the timeline to to Cornell Greenwood. Greenwood outside, drives, Oweezy blocks it. Juju with the rebound.
It was an amazing block because he had just tried to take a charge, fell down, got right back up.
Blankley in the corner for three, won't go. Greyhounds get possession. inside of 7 to play in the first. Buffs up 31-8. Here's Hess on the wing. Drives, puts it up, gets it, and a foul on Addison Wallace.
WT foul.
Hess will go to the line for the three-point play.
Addison
Wallace picks up his first, just the team's third here in the first half.
At the line, shooting for Eastern New Mexico.
Hess goes to the line, 56%er on the season. Knocks it down.
That's a big 3 points right there for Eastern, just to get everyone to settle down a little bit. See if the Buffs can continue to score points on the offensive side. Now they don't get to set up a press, though, and play transition. They got to play in the half court.
It's a different game. As Wise is finding out, has the ball deflected into the backcourt. Brown picks it up, creates some space. A little flat on that three. Rebound knocked around. Wise with it to Blankley. Hayden has the ball knocked away, and they say Hayden was the last one to touch it.
Eastern ball.
Buffs by 20.
Here's Zach Toussaint checking in.
Zach Toussaint returns to the lineup, replacing Hayden Blankley.
You know, this is not what Eastern had on the scouting report, is to prepare for the full court press, right?
Well, if you've never seen it, how do you scout for it? They break it, though. Get down in the offensive end, and Hess launches a three that's a little too strong.
Oh, wow.
Williams gets the rebound.
Dalen Williams, as he's trying to muscle that rebound away.
Let's see if they got Jared Perry.
2 and 3 players.
Yes.
Oh, he got cut, KJ. Dalen Williams had to go to the bench real quick. He has got some blood coming down from his left eye. That's why the official came over so quickly.
Basketball trainer Austin Feltner over there playing fight doctor.
Like Rocky, right? Which one was your favorite Rocky movie?
You know, I'm going to be a bad American here in that other than the first one, I never really saw him.
Instead of Yo Adrian, Yo Dalen. And now Tom Brown may say, does this need a review?
Yeah, I'll take a look. They hit him up high.
Which,
we'll find out.
In the old days, you never did it. You know, just
taped them up and sent them out.
That's
now,
right.
if you draw blood, you go to the monitor and take 5 minutes to figure out who's the culprit.
And I can see it all the way from over here. He got cut pretty bad.
Back in the old days of Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes, the doctor that was always on hand for those championship bouts' name was Bernie Pacheco.
Okay.
And I can remember Marv Albert calling the fight, and someone would get cut, and they'd say, "Fight Dr. Bernie Pacheco" over there to work on it.
Look at
Let's
this
see
replay.
what's going on here. Here's the replay, and the rebound will come down. Dalen gets it.
It's the last swipe right there.
Right there. I think it's inadvertent, but they got ramped up and just resulted in a foul.
Kevin Nzimba is who swiped in there and committed the foul.
So Williams goes to the training table where he'll hold a piece of gauze to his forehead.
So
and
now
got Jonas
comes in.
Jonas Carlisle comes in. First time we've seen Jonas today, but considerable action Thursday against Lubbock Christian. Jonas, a freshman from San Antonio, averages just under 2 points, 2 rebounds a game.
But the Buffs get to elect a free throw shooter, I guess, and it's going to be Larry Wise. Wise decision there, hopefully for Tom Brown.
Larry Wise at the line.
Would you take Wise over Toussaint at the line?
Or, yes, he makes the free throw. I was wondering, they had a rule at one point, Kent, where the opposing team, when something like that happens, chooses the player that shoots the free throw. Not sure exactly, though. And right now they're still taking a look at Dalen Williams. Buffs leading 32-11 with still 6:14 to play before halftime. Again, in the first one today, the Lady Buffs took care of business, defeated Eastern New Mexico easily to stay tied at the top of the conference standings.
Trying to figure out what our delay is. Tom Brown and Yawan Gatewood still conversing. Now they're visiting with Chris Gove over on the WT bench. Meanwhile, Dalen Williams is still getting tended to. Okay, we've got blood on the lane down here, and we're cleaning it up. It's easy to see because it's a white lane. That's part of it. And now the officials are walking the floor, kind of following the steps of Dalen Williams. We're down where we started the play, and we're going to bring them down here to clean things up.
No blood, no foul, right? But
well,
if there was
a foul, and it appears we had plenty of blood, although it wasn't immediately apparent from up here. Buffs lead it 32-11, shooting 42% from the field. They're holding the Greyhounds 5 of 17, 29%, but the number that really stands out, 13 Greyhound turnovers, which to this point have led to 19 West Texas points. Well, we're ready to get back at it. Larry Wise knocked down the first. You talk about icing a free throw shooter. He knocked down the first of his 1-and-1 opportunity. 5 minutes later, he takes his second and drills it as well. 33-11. And here's the double team. Hounds break the press, get it into the front court. Nziba tips it back to Perry. Hook shot, got it to fall.
He's been a spark today for Eastern New Mexico, Jared Perry.
He's got 4 points, 2 of 2 from the floor. 5:51 to play in the first. Buffs up 33-13. Toussaint thought about it. Now they got it inside to Wise. Back outside to Brown.
Eastern's gone 2-3 zone here.
Toussaint, long three, a little too strong. Wise gets the rebound, fresh 20. Brown gets up in the air, pass around the horn. Carlisle's three's no good.
It's athletic display on that pass by Juju. I mean, he hung in the air.
He kind of got in the air and didn't know where it was going. Then he guided it to Zach. And we've got a charge. Jesse Owizi takes it. Kentrell Pullian dishes it out.
Yeah, Jesse got knocked all the way back into the official under the basket.
Nick says if you hit him hard enough to hit me, it's a foul.
Watch this one
See
again.
if we got it here. Pullian drives. Jesse gets the bump. Gets a ringside seat for Pullian, his second, 10th team foul. So the Buffs are going to be shooting, well, that's just the 9th Eastern New Mexico foul. Brown misses inside. Long rebound pulled down by the Hounds.
Yeah, on the player control, that's why the Buffs were not shooting free throws there.
I mistakenly thought it was the 10th.
They're going to get Parker Nielsen in off the bench if he can play some defense against Hess.
Here's Perry from 10.
Well, and again, Eastern has had some scoring opportunities the last few minutes. Buffs, again, they've not been able to set back up that full court pressure.
You got to make baskets to get the press. And Wise does. Larry knocks down a three. He has 12. And Zach Toussaint, a little over eager on the inbounds pass. Picks up his first. Team foul number 4 against the Buffaloes. Sherrod, cross court to Greenwood. Across the timeline. Sherrod up top. Goes on the right wing. Greenwood, turnaround three, won't go. Toussaint with the rebound. Here come the Buffaloes. Wise to Blankley in the corner. Larry thought of the three and thought better of it. We've got a whistle and a foul inside. And they got Hayden. Or did they?
Yeah.
They see 23. Yeah.
That personal foul is first, team 4.
Hayden's first. Buffs 5th as a team. And that takes us to the under 4 timeout. 36-15 our score. 3:44 to play in the first. You're watching West Texas basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Jenkins Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
Buffalo's leading comfortably here over Eastern New Mexico. 36-15 is your score. Still 3:44 to play in this first half. Lucas Kinsey, Kent Johnson, glad to have you with us today on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. It'll be Eastern basketball as the Buffs will stay in at tough full court pressure.
Double team, man, Sherrod having tough time getting loose, and I think Larry Wise came in and reached in from behind.
It's only his first personal, team 6th.
And Dalen Williams.
There you go.
Has the butterfly bandage above the left eye, and he's back in the contest. Wise, that's his first personal. Team foul number 6 against the Buffaloes. Tell you what, the way Dalen has played, you want him on the floor as much as possible today.
Yeah, he's been a lot of energy, effort, making good plays offensively and defensively.
Here's Greenwood, pulls up, puts it up, too strong, gets his own rebound because Tucson had slipped down. Misses the follow, Blankley with the rebound. Brown on the wing, wants to drive, does drive, finger roll high off the glass. Juju.
Yeah, he's got 13 points, 3 rebounds, also 4 assists and 2 steals. Getting after it today, Juju.
Had 18 against LCU, 21 over at Midwestern State. 2:42 to play, 38-15 Buffs. Hook shot missed by Hess. Williams with the rebound, that's his 4th. Two and a half to go here in the first. Lob inside to Williams, has the ball stripped away, but Kevin Nziba steps on the inline. It'll be the Buffs basketball. Coming up at the half, Lucas will be visiting with Lady Buff head coach Josh Prock. His Lady Buffs remain tied atop the LSC women's standings after a 75-51 win today over Eastern New Mexico.
Jesse had a chance there, just in and out.
Lots of good things to talk about involving Lady Buff basketball.
It's a team that's playing with a lot of confidence right now, as are the Buffs today.
Playing very well, and it's come from the defensive end. Here's Nziba, misses the hook. Perry gets the loose ball, tries to save it off of Addison Wallace. Ball doesn't go out of bounds. The Buffs get it and go the other way, and Addison Wallace took one for the team on that one.
He did. It's one of the teammates are smiling about a little bit. Addison's not smiling right now, but he's going to stay out there.
He's going to get the inbound. Open 3, thinks about it, goes to Tucson. Back to Addison. Brown up top, left wing to Tucson. Inside of 2 to play. The lob inside to Williams. And Dalen's going to be fouled. And a technical goes against Kevin Nziba.
Oh, no.
So he will have 2 fouls real quick.
The lob pass goes in. Yeah, he's definitely hit on the elbow.
And then he turns around and he says something.
The whistle for the personal foul for the hold.
It's a nice job for Dalen keeping the ball high. I think he was actually passing, though, as the foul was called.
You know, since Dalen Williams has come back on the floor, it's as if his teammates are trying to feed him. You know, he took one for the team earlier, got the cut. Now he's back out there. Let's get him a bucket. And he just can't get the easy one. Julius Brown at the line shooting the 2-shot technical.
Yeah, in Zimba, his teammates were trying to calm him down. He started to walk over to one of the officials, and Basanakis came over and said,
Now
don't say anything.
Yeah, now we'll send Dalen Williams to the line. He'll shoot twice.
An AOMS trip to the line for the Buffaloes, Dalen Williams.
If the Buffs can just hold on the remaining minute 37, this is one of those halftime scores that people look at and say, oh my. Williams can't get the first one to drop. (40-15) our score. Second shot by Williams. Got that one to go. Dalen has 3 in the first half, and here's the full court pressure again. Aweezy and Tucson. But the Hounds throw it away. Wallace with the steal to Brown. 4-3, won't go, but there's Williams with the tap. It won't go. Aweezy says we'll take care of it with a slam.
Jesse Aweezy!
And another turnover. Tucson for 3. Knock it down!
Now this building is erupting right now.
The Buff defensive pressure has completely rattled Eastern New Mexico, and the Buffs are taking advantage on the offensive end. 46-15 our score, 1:10 to play in the first. This is a defensive pressure we haven't seen this year, Lucas.
Just finish it underneath the basket there,
You miss
Jesse.
a tap, so Jesse says, I'll take care of that myself.
This is an extremely motivated team, KJ, and we thought that we would maybe see something, maybe not to this level of a 46-15 lead.
Well,
but
they were very disappointed in their performance Thursday night against Lubbock Christian. They didn't execute, they didn't complete plays, and they didn't look like the Buffaloes that we have come to know and love.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the next one on the list was Eastern New Mexico, and they are feeling the wrath of it today. Now, this is just the first half.
Right.
You've got to continue in the second. Again, coming up at the half, we'll be visiting with Josh Kroc after his Lady Buffs took a 75-51 lead in the opener today to remain atop the LSC women's basketball standings. Buffs fighting for a home court berth in the first round, doing their part in the first half. Here we've got a foul inside on Aweezy. His first, team's 7th, and that's going to send Kentrell Pullian to the line where he'll shoot twice. Pullian a 73%er from the line this year. Makes the first.
And that snaps a 13-0 run that the Buffs were on.
And the number that really stands out, 17 turnovers in the first half for the Greyhounds. It's just hard to compete when half of your possessions end up going to the other team without a shot. Inside of a minute to play in the first, 46-17 Buffaloes.
Yeah, their number that stands out, KJ, 27-0. That's points off turnovers in favor of WT.
That'll put a smile on your face. Brown pulls up from 15, too strong.
Oh, goodness.
And there's Dalen getting locked up again, this time with Yasner Kobas.
And the head coach, Brent Owen, is furious.
Well, they called a foul originally, and I don't know if he's upset on the foul or not. Get locked up.
Williams and...
Yeah.
Oh.
He pulled him down. That's the old...
By the neck.
That's the old tuck and turn, hook and roll, or whatever you want to call it. And it looks like we're going to go back to the monitor again.
I may have to channel my old school JR from WWF for my announcing style here in the second half.
come up with a term for that.
He's going off the top rope, KJ.
46-17 Buffaloes. We've got another monitor review over at the scores table.
On the Eastern New Mexico bench.
Eastern New Mexico bench has been warned, so make note of that.
Well, these are the games that it becomes very hard to keep your composure. You're trailing 46-17. Eastern's still playing very hard, but the shots are not going in. The Buffs leading big. The fans obviously are into this, and that doesn't help either.
Probably because of that wagon wheel down at the end.
So we can blame it on Hunter Hughes, right?
He'd enjoy it. I imagine he'll be getting texts from Portales tonight.
Yeah.
You know, you look at the Buffs offense, Julius Brown with 15, the game score, but a lot of Buffs to this point have gotten into the act. Jesse Weezy with 6. Dalen Williams has 4. Toussaint has 4. Larry Wise with 13. Hayden Blankley with 3. Addison Wallace with 2. They're sharing the love.
The fraternities and sororities sharing the love as well today. Enjoying this one. Update you on some scores. Lone Star Conference basketball action. On the men's side, again, Dallas Baptist wins today at home by 1 point. They defeat Western New Mexico 68-67. A lot of women's finals already. Arkansas Fort Smith wins 80-72 on the road over St. Mary's. Angelo State 83-56 winner over Texas A&M International. Commerce goes on the road and defeats UT Tyler Easley 73-52. Texas A&M Kingsville comes from behind and defeats UT Permian Basin 71-69, and then Lubbock Christian, the Lady Shaps, bounce back strong today. In Lawton, Oklahoma, they defeat Cameron by the final of 75-49. Our score here, 46-17, Buffs leading over the Greyhounds with 2 or 3 stoppages of play. This has been a long first half.
I feel like I'm watching a D1 game.
A flagrant 1 foul.
Flagrant 1.
Okay, so Marvin Impaga gets a flagrant 1 for the hook and
the neck grab.
Pull down of Dalen. Dalen is getting worked over today.
See, if this were not a professional wrestling, but if this were a collegiate wrestling, that may have been awarded a point, right, on the takedowns?
Oh, man, you don't get too many sports more intense than collegiate wrestling.
Yeah.
Wow. So Dalen goes to the line, still dabbing above his left eye where he was cut earlier. And he's going to get to stand there by himself as he shoots the shots from the flagrant. And then the Buffs will get the basketball. So do things right and you'll have 50 at the half.
It did not work out well for the Greyhounds.
Nothing has in the first half. Williams misses the first. He's 1 of 3 in the half. Second shot on its way up. Got that one.
Yeah, he's only scored 4 points in this half, but he is affecting the game in so many ways.
He has resulted in so much more.
Basketball.
Now it's the Buffs basketball. Brown to inbound to the left of the Buffs basket. The Buffs up 30. 34 seconds to play. Williams off the glass and in. 49-17 Buffaloes. Here's Pulliam. Gets it down low to Perry in the paint. Goes up over Williams for his 10th point of the game. 8 seconds to play. Toussaint outside, needs to make some space. Brown lets loose the 3. It won't go, and that will be our first half of play. Dalen tried to tap it in, but didn't quite have the touch as the teams head to the halftime locker room with with West Texas A&M holding a 49-19 lead. We're going to take a halftime timeout. When we come back, Lucas will visit with Lady Buff head coach Josh Brock. You've been watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Time to battle.
We're at halftime here at the First United Bank Center, and the Hoopers, the hula hoopers, are getting after it right now. Some great moves out on the floor here at halftime. As you see there, the Buffaloes have built a 49-19 halftime lead, being joined now by West Texas A&M Lady Buff head coach Josh Prock. And Coach, I know you love defense, right? Before we start talking about your team's big win, what about the defense from the Buffs in this first half?
Man, it's been impressive. I mean, I know that Tom's been after them, so I know we're gonna figure it out. They're very talented, and it's not this first half doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, Buffs trying to bounce back after a loss Thursday night. Your team today stays on the winning side of things, 75-51 win, defeating Eastern New Mexico. A couple of the games that we've done in the past, it's been the defense strong throughout, the offense started slow. Today it was opposite. Your offense was clicking, 25 points in the first quarter, and then the defense was strong throughout. But your thoughts today on your team's 4th straight win?
Yeah, I think, Lucas, we were able to get the ball inside, get some easy shots. And I think that, when you make a few layups, make a couple free throws, make a couple easy shots, it really helps your offensive confidence, and so I think that's what helped with our really, really good start. But defense, we just kept challenging them every quarter. Like, they scored 13 in the first quarter, and I said, the rest of the game, no more than 13 a quarter. Okay. That's it. And that's credit to girls. They did that.
You had a lot of balance today. It was throughout the ball game. 2 players scoring double figures, but 10 girls scored. And a lot of girls, whether it was scoring or assists or rebounds, everybody was getting in the mix. And it just looks like your team is feeding off of this confidence. Everybody seems ready. When their number's called, they come in and they produce. It looks like the girls are having a lot of fun.
Yeah, they are. And they're a lot of fun to coach. When you get kids that are bought in and the kids that are playing hard, trying very hard, their very best, it's a fun group to coach. And, if I'm not mistaken, the FUB has been amazing to us. Sure. I think Colorado Mesa back in November was our last loss here, so girls have really picked it up and played well here.
Today you got good production from Jayla Burgess, also from Haley Jansen's. Jayla scores 11 and grabs 8 rebounds. She got her offense going early Talk a little bit about those two players and what they were able to do.
Yeah, I mean, Jayla, like I said, Jayla was able to get in there and get a couple easy baskets, easy layups. And then, Haley just has a lot of confidence on the offensive end.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a very talented kid down there. And, she works really hard. And she's completely bought in. And anyway, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to coach her.
You get the win today, and now with a Cameron Aggie loss at home against Lubbock Christian, there are 3 teams instead of 4 that are at the top of the conference standings at 9-2. So we're up there with Texas A&M Commerce, and you're going to get a chance. And Texas Women's is the other one. Lady Buffs will play Cameron on Tuesday. 5 more regular season conference games to go, and so I know it's just one to the next. But talk about next week and what you've got.
Yeah, I mean, next week is extremely important. I mean, when you've got Cameron coming here, they may be 1 game behind, but that's still 1 game behind, so they're right there. So, and then you got to turn around and go to Western New Mexico on Wednesday morning, Thursday. So, I mean, it's important, and then you don't have really a lot of rest until the last week of the season because we go Monday to St. Mary's the next week. So, no rest for the weary, but, our girls told them to enjoy tomorrow, maybe get a few shots up, but watch the Super Bowl, and let's come back and get ready for Monday.
Last question for you, since you just brought it up. Super Bowl, I know you're a Broncos fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. Neither of our teams are in the Super Bowl. It may not be for a while. What's your prediction for tomorrow, and who are you cheering for?
Well, I'm going to cheer for the Bengals because their head coach is from Oklahoma. Always got to go for the Oklahoma guy.
Right, Zach Taylor, right?
But my head says I don't know how they're going to block Von Miller and Aaron Donaldson and all those guys. So I hope they can, but it's going to be tough.
Okay, so he's taking the Rams and cheering for the Cincinnati Bengals. So we'll see how that one turns out. Lady Buffs win again today, 75-51. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, Lucas.
And we'll see the Lady Buffs on Tuesday when they take on Cameron. Our halftime score here, the men lead 49-19. We'll step aside, come back with some halftime stats. You're watching WT Basketball on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Pharmacy, Kenyon's hometown pharmacy for over 32 years. We read it by name.
This is what a new heart valve looks like. This is what a bypassed artery looks like. And this is what a repaired aortic aneurysm looks like. The BSA Heart and Vascular Team is here to help you live life to the fullest. From our state-of-the-art cardiac technologies to our dedicated heart specialists, our goal is to help you take the very best care of your heart so you can enjoy everything else that matters to you. BSA for life.
Deep in the heart of Texas, the prairie lies
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
For 90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 118 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Buffs leading big at the break by the score of 49-19. Let's look at those halftime statistics. Buffs out shooting the Greyhounds. You see there 42 to 32%. WT has been able to make 6 threes, with 3 of those coming from Larry Wise, 2 from Julius Brown, and 1 from Zach Toussaint. Free throws, Buffs shot a lot of free throws, and they've only missed 4, 11 of 15. Meanwhile, the Greyhounds, not many opportunities at the line, but they have made all 3 of their free throws. Rebounds, 21 to 18 advantage for West Texas A&M, but the story in the first half, the turnovers. Eastern New Mexico commits 17 turnovers. The Buffs turn those 17 turnovers into 27 points. And so that is a huge advantage there for WT. 16 fast break points for West Texas A&M as well. And so for the Buffaloes, again, we mentioned Julius Brown and Larry Wise, 2 of the players leading the charge for the Buffs. Julius with 15 points, 4 assists, 3 steals on 5 of 14 shooting. He's been an offensive spark all half for WT. Larry Wise, 4 of 6 shooting. He's got 13 points to go along with his 4 rebounds and 1 assist. Jesse Aweezy, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. Dalen Williams, 6 points, 6 rebounds, a cut under his left eye, and some great hustle throughout the first half. He's played tremendous help defense. Zach Toussaint with 4 points on 1 of 3 shooting. Hayden Blankley, 3 points. And Addison Wallace off the bench scored 2 points as well. On the other side for Eastern New Mexico, Jared Perry has really been it for the Greyhounds. He's got 10 points, perfect 5 for 5 from the field. And then their next highest scorer is 2 points. Yasinir Kobos with 2, Kevin Nzimba with 2 points. Kentrell Pullian scored 2 points, making 2 free throws. Nico Basanakis did not register points, played 10 minutes in the first half. 1 point scored for Adam Hess. And so a lot of adjustments that will have to be made by Eastern at the break. But I know one thing, Coach Brent Owen going to continue to encourage his team to play hard and just do really all they can to try to chip away at this lead. It's pretty big, though, right now for the Buffs. 49-19 at halftime. We'll take one final timeout, come back, and we will be ready to start second half play from the First United Bank Center. You're watching the Buffs and the Greyhounds here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
This is what a new heart valve looks like. This is what a bypassed artery looks like. And this is what a repaired aortic aneurysm looks like. The BSA Heart and Vascular Team is here to help you live life to the fullest. From our state-of-the-art cardiac technologies to our dedicated heart specialists, our goal is to help you take the very best care of your heart so you can enjoy everything else that matters to you. BSA for life.
can see now or watch now and see if the Buffs can duplicate the effort, the energy, the defensive intensity, and turn them into points like they did in the first half, leading by 30 here at the half. How can they handle a multitude of success?
Well, who's in charge of conditioning? Which coach is in charge of the running, the sprints, I guess, during practice? Because that's what may come into play here. The Buffs have played so hard, and yeah, if they keep that pressure up, Eastern New Mexico has to find a way to stop turning the ball over, but it has been a recipe for success, no doubt, for the Buffs.
It's going to be a Weezy, Toussaint, Williams, Brown, and Wise for the Buffs, the original starting five. Brett Owen is going to counter with Pullian, Sherrod, Kobos, Perry.
Eastern ball, everybody up.
And Nzimba. So a little different from his starting five. Eastern's ball to start the second half. Buffs will go from our right to our left. Here's Perry on the baseline inside. Tries to kick it back out, and a wild shot put up by Nzimba. He says, I was hit, but he doesn't get the call. It'll be the Buffs basketball.
Yeah, that one went straight over the backboard.
That's called a miss.
Yes.
Here's Wise on the corner for WT. To Weezy. He wants the three, misses it. He was open, good look. Just underway here, second half. Buffs leading 49-19 in this Lone Star Conference basketball game. Pullian kicks it outside. We've got a whistle.
Jesse with the reach.
Jesse Aweezy with the hold. That's his second team foul on Aweezy. First against the Buffs. Williams almost has a steal.
He has been so active.
The big guy getting out at midcourt.
I was expecting one of those wrestling helmets, though, in the second half.
A mask?
Correct.
And Williams gets the deflection. Aweezy will come up with the steal. Toussaint for three. Can't get that one to go. Well, the start of this game was a little sluggish, and second half looks to be similar.
When Zach shoots those threes, before it even leaves his hands, you see the crowd just standing up. The expectation is it's going in.
Yeah. Willfully hoping Zach will hit another three. In the paint, Kobos going to be fouled.
He is
this
a strong
one's going to go
player.
against Williams. It's Dalen's first, team second.
Kobos at the line.
Lady Buff softball down in Lubbock this weekend at a tournament. Buff baseball over in Portales to open Lone Star Conference play, and we'll get scores from those contests as we can here. Buffs took the opener last night from the Greyhounds 16-5 in a game called after 7 due to the run rule.
Well, how about this one today? The Buffs lead in the bottom of the sixth, Kent, 22-1. 19 hits for WT. So it's a similar situation there as we're seeing here.
Good day to wear maroon and white. And the Lady Buffs won their first game this afternoon, the softball 8-1. There was a strong driving bucket by Pullian. Buffs still lead 49-23. Wise on the wing. Left side of Toussaint. Quite a difference in tempo when you're not pressing defensively and getting the transition. Wise puts one up and in. I was going to say forces one, but when it goes in, it's what he didn't planned on doing.
That was interesting. After he scored, Zach Toussaint was racing up and kind of turning around and telling his teammates, we're supposed to be up.
Let's press. Let's press.
I don't know if Zach called that or if.
But you've got to do it right from the get-go, because
Yes.
once the other team gets the ball in bounds, it's too late, and there's a turnover. Oweezy and Williams combined to make that steal. Jesse inside, and he's called for the charge. Well, looked good on paper, but the execution wasn't there, and Oweezy gets his third.
I'd like to
Take
see
a look at it here if we can.
That was close. I don't know. Let's see.
Coming at you. Oh, yeah. Defenders outside the paint. Jesse got him. Quickly at the other end. Pullian lobs to Perry.
Perfect pass.
Yes.
Perry goes up and gets it. Athletic play. 12 points for Jared Perry.
Hounds have 6 of the first 8 points in the second half. 51-25.
You know, the other thing when you lead like this, KJ, is you got to create your own energy because the crowd is kind of out of it. We had a lot of stoppages of play in the first half.
Don't be complacent.
Right.
Oweezy will go to the line, shooting twice. Foul's going to go against Kobos, his third.
Second personal foul. And AOMS trip to the line with the Buffalo.
Actually, up on the board, we're showing Kobos with 4.
Yeah, 4 fouls.
And Oweezy at the line. He'll be shooting twice.
They've had 4 personal fouls on Eastern's Joseph Kobos.
Oweezy knocks down the second.
And yes, they will stay in man-to-man pressure defense.
And here we go. Sherrod trying to get it up court. He does to Pullian. Pullian in the paint. Tries to get fancy to Perry and should have put it up himself.
That's his one weakness right now, the youngster. He's so athletic and quick, but gets in a hurry sometimes and forces the ball.
Bell finds Williams, who is blocked from behind. Wallace gets the rebound. He's blocked from behind.
Jared Perry. He may be playing more minutes after this one today. He's been good on both sides of the floor.
There's a wild shot underneath put up by Mapaga.
You know, Mapaga looking back at the official wanting a foul, but he faded away from contact, didn't get the call.
That'll take us to a timeout with 15:44 to play. Buffs on top, 52-25. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs! Jayberg Roofing has been protecting our community for 15 years. With more than 30,000 homes and businesses protected by our roofing work, we're proud of our ability to provide efficient, lasting solutions for your roofing needs. What makes us stand out from the competition? That we work for you, with dedicated team members who guide you every step of the way. That is the Jayberg advantage. Quality, experience, fast pass scheduling, customer rewards. We have it all. Call Jayberg Roofing today for a free inspection. We are Jayberg Roofing. We are more.
52-25 lead here for the Buffaloes. Second half play. We made it to the first media timeout. 15:44 left in this one. The second half has started with a 6-3 advantage for the Greyhounds, but again, Eastern built themselves a big hole, trailing 49-19 at the break.
Buffs basketball. Brown starts to drive, but he's cut off by Pullian, and the ball goes out of bounds. He tried to pass it out for Toussaint, thinking Zach was going to flash out. Toussaint had other ideas. Positive side, just the 5th turnover of the game against WT. Against 20 for Eastern. Sherrod over on the wing. Shot clock down to 10. Finds Perry on the baseline. Kevon Booker in the game for the first time for the Buffs. And this is going to be a shot clock violation.
Great defensive possession for WT there.
Now, Nick Atwood's going to come over and ask if the Buffs got possession down there, and the answer is no. It was flung back, but you can't say that was a possession. Thank you.
You make the call. That's what they used to have, right?
You make the call. Yeah, you want to draw up how not to run an offensive set. Yep. That would have been the answer right there. Here's Wallace, open from 15. Can't get it to go. Pullian comes up with the rebound. He's racing down court. Cut off by Wallace, finds Perry inside, who puts it off the glass.
To nickname him Perfect Perry. He's 7 for 7.
Comes off the bench today and is contributing for the Greyhounds. Toussaint finds some space just inside the arc and knocks it down. Double team in the backcourt. Booker and Brown have Gatewood tied up. They get it over to Hess. And the Hounds just get it across the line. Sherrod on the wing, guarded by Toussaint. Pullian. Good defense by Bell. We've got a whistle and a foul down low against Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron's asking for the hook.
Cameron Bell.
Second foul of the game against Bell. Actually third. Hounds to inbound to the right of their bucket. Sherrod gets it into Perry. Perry backing down on Booker. In the lane, puts up the right-handed hook. If you're a Greyhound fan, be thankful he put on the uniform today. He's doing an outstanding job. Here's Toussaint for 3. Got it.
Zach really getting into a rhythm offensively the last 2 possessions.
9 for Toussaint. There's a lob, and there's the flush by Marvin Impaga.
At first it looked like a shot, but that was a pass all the way.
At the other end, Booker!
Okay, this is NBA All-Star game here.
And down at the other end, Pullian with the lay-in.
Defense optional, KJ.
Yeah, but when you're a team that supposedly bases your offense from your defense, you better start playing it again. Wow. Oh, and there's a turnover. Sherrod in the paint to Hess. Turnaround. Not there. Bell fights for the rebound and gets it. Buffs have numbers. Booker takes it in, puts it up. Yes, and one.
So Tom Brown is happy about the offense, right? But it's just the defense on the last several possessions.
And that'll take us to the under. Yeah, it won't take us to the under 12, but we've got a buzzer. There you go. Come on, getting loose inside. Foul win against Sherrod, his second. Team second of the half. Booker goes to the line. Did not play in the first half. But he's going to have 4 points as he misfires. But Carlisle gets the rebound, kicks it out to Toussaint, who drains the 3.
Maybe he missed on purpose so Zach could hit the 3.
And Carlisle comes up with a steal and is fouled. And Zimba gets the foul. That's going to be his third. And the Buffs, who led 49-19 at the half and looked sluggish at the start of the half, have started to put it together. They've hit 4 of their last 4 field goals. Take a 65-33 lead. Toussaint on the wing. Shot clock at 10. They get it to Williams at the line. Back outside to Zach. 5, a long 3. Can't get that one to go. Ball still loose. The Hounds get the long rebound. 3-on-1 break. Pass goes back to Greenwood, but we're going to have goaltending. Jesse says you may get the bucket, but it's not going through the basket. Give Cornell Greenwood the bucket. And that'll take us to the under-12 timeout. 11:51 to play. Buffs lead it. Here you see. Watch Jesse get up on this one. Coming at you. 65-35 our score. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Jenkins Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
Buffalo's on top of this one big, 64-35, 11:51 left to play in the second half. It'll be WT basketball. Now Eastern will extend its pressure full court.
And we've got a whistle on the inbounds.
They called an offensive foul against Cameron Bell pushing off to get open. Wow. Did not see that one.
That didn't take long. For Cameron, that's his 4th personal. Greyhounds with 21 turnovers, 6 for the Buffs.
Basanakis.
Yeah, nice drive to the hole, puts it in. Freshman from Colleyville. Out just north of the DFW International Airport. And we've got a charge called against Jonas Carlisle.
With a player control foul, that's his first. 16th foul.
You know, we had flow to this game for about the last 8 minutes of the first half. And the rest of this game.
Another foul.
It's an offensive foul on Kentrell Polian, his 3rd. Yeah, this is like driving on North Central Expressway in Dallas at 5 o'clock. Fortunately, Buffs have a 64-37 lead. Carlisle on the wing to Aweezy, tries to drive, lost the ball. Here we go the other way. Polian takes it in. They're going to call a foul on Cameron. I thought he had that one stripped away, and
the ball.
Cameron Bell has just fouled out. His fouls have all been hustle fouls.
Guys, let's have a nice hand, please.
He's frustrated. Looked like he just came from behind, poked the ball free.
Sure looked it. Josh Haug thought otherwise, so they will send Bell to the bench, and Parker Nielsen enters the lineup for the Buffaloes. As Kentrell Polian misfires on the first of his 2.
Kentrell Polian, 1 shot.
Got the second.
Zach Toussaint into the game.
Pulls the Greyhounds within 26 with 11 to play. Toussaint Trots the ball up court, crosses the center court timeline. Right side to Nielsen. Brown with 12 on the shot clock. Gets an Oweezy screen to Williams. The lob inside to Oweezy. He was going away from the bucket when he put up the off-balance shot.
It was a great catch, but it was a very difficult shot attempt.
Yeah, Oweezy would have been better served to contain the ball and then go up. Here's a quick three, left wing, knocked down by Basanakis. 64-41. Brown gets loose and takes it to the rack.
He does such a good job of putting the ball so high, but still good touch.
Gets it up there with the touch, yeah. Here's a three, knocked down. Cornell Greenwood.
Eastern has really settled in offensively, playing much better in the second half.
Taking a little better care of the basketball. When you take away 27 points that came off of turnovers, it's a 1-point game. Toussaint with a pull-up jumper.
And Zach only had 4 points at halftime, 10 since.
9:30 to play in the second. Buffs up 68-44. Basanakis short from three. Williams with the rebound.
Dalen's got 7 of those today.
To go with 6 points. Here's Brown. Has some space, but doesn't want to shoot yet. Shot clock winding down to 10. Toussaint, he'll shoot from three. It's a deep one, a little too strong. And on the rebound, Basanakis gets the ball, and he's going to be fouled by Oweezy, who just got rung up for number 4. And that'll be team foul number 7, which means we'll go to the other end of the floor, where Nico Basanakis will shoot 1 and 1.
Torian Harris into the game.
Torian Harris to the floor for the Buffaloes, replacing Parker Nielsen.
Nico Basanakis.
Basanakis' first shot's good. .57 to play as Basanakis misses the second. Wallace gets the rebound. Buffs lead 68-45. Big screen out near midcourt by Williams.
He's asking his teammates, somebody let me know that's coming, please.
Here's Toussaint. Pull up. Wow. 15, yes.
That's 3 times he has made that move. Shoots it over the defense.
70-45. Buffs by 25. We've got a whistle away from the ball.
Yeah, there's a lot of hand checking and arm wrestling going on in the post as these players are trying to post up. Got to move your feet if you want to establish position.
Torian Harris, the culprit. Julius Brown comes over to Josh Haug and says something to him, and it might be, don't you think we're hearing a little too many whistles right now? At the line for the Greyhounds, Marvin Mapaga. He knocks down the first. Second shot by Mapaga. Got them both. 7 for Mapaga. Oweezy returns to the lineup, replacing Dalen Williams.
We were talking about the baseball and softball earlier. Kent, next weekend, you're going to get a lot of baseball and softball, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, you're doing the
games.
Web stream on those softball games. You doing them all?
I think we'll have a little bit of help.
Get some help, yeah. That goes on forever. I've got Friday's baseball game.
All right. Against the Cameron Aggies.
Cameron Aggies, yeah. Should be a lot of fun.
WT Invitational on the softball side. Adams State, Fort Lewis, Northern State, Texas A&M Commerce, UT Permian Basin. And the Lady Buffs, who to start the season are ranked number 4 in the country.
Marvin Mapaga with his third.
Mapaga with the foul there. And for viewers of the LSC Digital Network, familiar with Buff and Lady Buff broadcasts from the past, we're going multi-camera this year. So enhance our viewership. Strong drive by Aweezy, and he's going to head to the line. Shooting twice.
Slow to get up was Marvin Mapaga.
Mapaga picks up his 4th. That's going to be team foul number 6 against the Hounds. Aweezy at the line, 61% on the year, and one of 3 of 4 thus far today. Misses the first. Still has one to come. Got it. 71-47. Inside of 8 to play. It's Greenwood on the wing, working on Brown. Feeds him Paga on the baseline, cross court. 3 missed by Basanakis. Harris with the rebound. He hands it to Brown, sends it to Wallace. Wide open in the corner. Missed everything. Two open maybe. Basanakis lobs it to Perry, but Torian Harris gets back. Deflects the ball away, and that'll take us to our under 8 timeout. 7:26 to play. Buffs on top. 71-47. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
You better make some noise.
This is what a new heart valve looks like. This is what a bypassed artery looks like. And this is what a repaired aortic aneurysm looks like. The BSA Heart and Vascular Team is here to help you live life to the fullest. From our state-of-the-art cardiac technologies to our dedicated heart specialists, our goal is to help you take the very best care of your heart so you can enjoy everything else that matters to you. BSA for life.
80 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 9 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
Well, the Greyhounds have gone the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds without a field goal. They are outscoring the Buffs in the second half, 28-22, but still trail. Buffs leading big, 71-47, as it will be a throw-in underneath the Greyhound bucket.
Hess gets it in. Hello.
That was a one-handed.
Marvin Mapaga goes up and says, we may be trailing, but we haven't quit. Wow.
One-handed catch in traffic.
We'll take a look at that one.
And a throwdown.
In a minute. Wallace inside, kicks it out to Brown. Shot clock at 12. Game clock at 7. Brown to Harris. Pump fake. Drives in. Torian underneath with the reverse.
Torian Harris.
He just kept picking his way through the defenders. Got the layup, and at the other end, we've got a jump ball. Buffs basketball caused by Torian Harris.
Good effort by Torian, both sides.
Let's see if we can go back and look at that dunk by Mapaga. Wow.
Austin Shelley into the game for Zach Tucson.
Tucson's going to get a breather here as the crowd gives him a nice round of applause. And Austin Shelley will check in.
We'll catch up with that dunk later. It was impressive. Shelley to Wallace on the block. Wallace spins inside, and he'll go to the line.
Eastern New Mexico foul.
Here's the inbounds play, Kent, from Eastern New Mexico.
That's his first.
Just throw it up.
In, go up.
Well, in Mapaga, it went over Torian Harris, and we know Torian's got hops.
Yes, he does. No, that was impressive. Wallace misfires on the first.
Addison struggled a little bit from the field today, just 1 of 5. His first trip to the free throw line, though.
Gets a second. (74-49) Buffaloes. 6.5 to play. Turning the corner, going baseline and putting it in the hole. Garrett Sherrod. He's got 4 points this afternoon. Here's Wallace on the wing. Feeds a Weezy. Underneath, turns around and slams it in.
He just elevates so quickly. Just a freshman.
He's forceful.
Yeah. He's a youngster.
Here's a long three missed by Pullian. Rebound to Wallace. Addison brings it up court. Up top to Brown. He'll take the three himself. Yeah. He'll knock the three down.
That was one where Kentrell Pullian was exhausted, and he was taking a little bit of a breather on Julius, sitting back on him, and Julius made him pay. Step back three.
79-51. Nice quick release there by Adam Hess. Nails the three.
Yeah, after only scoring 19 points in the first half, Eastern has scored 35.
Yeah, they've outscored the Buffs by 5 here in the second half. Fortunately, the Buffs led by 30 at the half. Austin Shelley, no good from three. Oweezy keeps it alive. Harris to Wallace. Kind of a lazy pass inside to Oweezy. Down at the other end, Brown deflects it, but Mapaga keeps it. To Hess. Yes, and one. Hess with the floater gets it to fall. Austin Shelley comes in trying to draw the charge, but he's going to get called for the block.
There's the replay on. He slides over. Yeah, he's kind of jumping and then decides to try to take the charge too late, and the right call made there, so Hess is at the line to try to complete the three-point play.
And he does. Seven points for Adam Hess as Kobos returns to the lineup with his 4 fouls. He is replacing Jared Perry.
Some good opportunity here for the Buffs reserves. Can't last 4-20.
Austin Shelley. Jonas Carlisle. Jonas drives in, and they're going to call him for a charge.
Unless he ducks the shoulder, I'm not sure why that's an offensive foul. Contact definitely made.
Parker Nielsen draws the foul. That's his first.
It's Carlisle's first. Buffs 10th. Here's Hess. Right side to Kobos. Up top, Nielsen almost had a steal. Sherrod recovers, pulls up by 16, no good. Pullian with the rebound and the score.
Strong finish. Pullian's got 9 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists.
Well, the Greyhounds have whittled 10 of their halftime deficit away. Shelley with the NBA step. Doesn't get the basket, but he'll go to the line. Kevin Zimba gets the foul. When we come back, Austin Shelley goes to the line. Until then, we'll take a timeout. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
This is what a new heart valve looks like. This is what a bypassed artery looks like. And this is what a repaired aortic aneurysm looks like. The BSA Heart and Vascular team is here to help you live life to the fullest. From our state-of-the-art cardiac technologies to our dedicated heart specialists, our goal is to help you take the very best care of your heart so you can enjoy everything else that matters to you. BSA for life.
West Texas A&M leads 79-59 over the Greyhounds. Austin Shelley will be at the free throw line. It's been a solid performance, a trio of Buffs offensively that have led the way. Here's a replay on that last one for Shelley as he fakes out the defense and draws a foul. 20 points today for Julius Brown, 16 points for Zach Toussaint, 15 for Larry Wise. Jesse Aweezy also in double figures, 10 points, 4 rebounds for him. And Dalen Williams had a strong game today as well, 6 points, 8 rebounds. Those players most likely done for the day.
Shelley makes one of his 2. Buffs have 80. Need one more point and they'll match their season average. Oh, nice move there by Adam Hess.
Individual possession there. Hess does it all.
Not necessarily what the coach wants to see, but at this time of game, he'll take the points. 80-61. Buffs by 19. Here's Harris outside for 3.
And they set a really solid screen to free him open there.
Yeah. Nice look by Torian. Nice shot. Freshman from Rowlett. Here's Hess, going to try it again. This time he'll spin, put it up, short. Goes off the hands of Karan Booker and out of bounds. You know, with the COVID year last year and that not counting against eligibility, your freshmen have been here forever. It seems like Torian's been around a while. Well, he has 2 years. This is still his freshman season. There's a quick shot by Hess, no good. Adam Hess from Thousand Oaks, California. And when I see that town, I can only think of Tom Landry and the Dallas Cowboys because that was their original
the training camp.
Training camp. You always went out to Thousand Oaks.
Our Cowboys not playing in the Super Bowl tomorrow, KJ. Who you got, Bengals or the Rams?
Oh, my. Nice shot there. Kevin Nzimba, and he goes to the line for the bonus. Torian Harris with the foul. You know, the boys in blue and silver aren't in the game, amazingly, for what, about the 35th year in a row.
But next year's our year, KJ.
Next year's our year. I'm going to sit back with a cold drink, might be a soda, and some chips, some salsa. And I'm just hoping it's a good game and a close game that keeps me engaged for a few hours.
Okay.
Because, as we have found out on Super Bowl Sunday, everyone else just falls off the map and says, NFL, this is your day. You know, there's no racing. There's very little college basketball. So and now that Super Bowl doesn't start till like 5:45, you've got all day to do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the race shop to build race cars tomorrow.
I'll be cheering for a team that has not been in the Super Bowl since 1989. Great shot.
How about Austin Shelley outside?
Austin Shelley makes that deep 3. I'm going to cheer for the Bengals, and we'll see what happens there with.
Harking back to the days of Boomer Esiason and
Icky Woods.
Icky Woods, the shuffle, and there's a charge.
Eastern foul.
Goes against Nzimba, and that'll be 5 on him.
Give you another throwback name. KJ, a player that doesn't get near enough recognition. One of the best offensive linemen to ever play the game for the Bengals, Anthony Munoz.
Yes.
Please stand for this junior forward from Liverville, Nevada.
They will not have those players tomorrow, though, and they'll have to contend with the Rams.
Boy, and the Rams are so explosive on offense, and you just you got to cheer for Matt Stafford. Spent so long with the Lions and was loyal to them, but then had the opportunity to go to a winning franchise after being in the league for so long.
Austin Shelley with his second on the block.
Austin Shelley picks up his second.
He really wanted that charge, but
he's trying.
He is. Here's a look at it again.
Yeah, he's backpedaling there. He's going to send Nico Basanakis to the line. Misfires on the first. And you think about Stafford, and you think he was high school teammates with Clayton Kershaw.
Oh, wow.
At Highland Park in Dallas. Can you imagine? And they both, I believe, played football and baseball together. Can you imagine what those teams had to have been like? Wow. Here's Carlisle, long three, no good. Basanakis almost loses it. Kicks it back to Jimenez. His shot no good. Sebastian Jimenez, a freshman from Tatum, New Mexico. Inside of a minute to play, 47.6. Buffs up by 20 at 86-66. They led by 30 at the half, 49-19.
Oh, these Buffs are going to sleep well tonight because they worked really hard today, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah. And this was a win the Buffs badly needed to stay in contention for a home court playoff spot on March 1. There's a turnover. The Buffs will dribble this one out. It's the final 14 seconds. Ticks off the clock. Buff Nation rises in their appreciation of the Buffalo's effort this afternoon. It's going to be a sweep of Eastern New Mexico. The Lady Buffs took the first game this afternoon, 75-51. The Buffs take the nightcap, 86-66. They move to 21-6 on the year, 7-5 in Lone Star Conference play. Eastern New Mexico falls to 6-15, 2-10 in conference play. We'll be back to wrap it up. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Bud Light, proudly brewed.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
For 90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC. It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
Welcome to MetaDrive Pharmacy, Canyon's hometown pharmacy for over 32 years. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to counsel you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly, professional service and the highest quality medicines and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your healthcare needs.
Joints begin to fail. It's more than an inconvenience. The relentless grinding pain slows you down and can even stop you from doing the things you enjoy in life. At Physicians Surgical Hospitals, our skilled orthopedic experts are using advanced robotic surgeries to get you back to being you sooner with a less painful recovery. We're doing more than restoring joints. We're restoring lives.
For 90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 118 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center, where West Texas A&M ran their season record to 21-6, 7-5 in Lone Star Conference play, with a solid 86-66 win over Eastern New Mexico and Lucas Kinsey. Defensive pressure, outside shooting, whatever aside, what was really a positive that I take away from this game was the energy and the effort and the way they bounced back from what we saw Thursday.
Yeah, this is a very determined team. Every player that stepped on the floor today looked like they wanted to get out there and make things happen, starting on the defensive side, starting with that game plan, which was not only pressure but trapping all over the court. It got Eastern New Mexico all out of sorts. That was the early punch, if you will, or several punches that WT threw at Eastern New Mexico. And even though the Greyhounds were better, much better in the second half offensively, it was just too much to overcome. For WT, we saw good balance in the scoring. You'll talk more about that here in just a second, KJ. But, this was – and it'll be interesting. Is this just something that they felt like they could do against Eastern New Mexico specifically, or will we see some more of this next Tuesday against Cameron?
The Buffs forced 27 turnovers, committed just 12 themselves, got 31 points off turnovers, Eastern just 10. You take away, you can't do it, but you take away the points off turnovers from both teams, Eastern wins by 1.
Yeah.
But you can't do that. The Buffs did what they needed to do. Let's take a look at the team stats. Eastern New Mexico from the floor, 46%. They shot just 32 in the first half, but were 17 of 29 in the second. Finished the game 25 of 54 for 46%. The Buffs 30 of 68, 44%. From three-point range, Eastern New Mexico was 3 of 13. The Buffs 11 of 32. Go to the free throw line. Eastern knocked them down, just didn't get there enough. They were 13 of 15 for 86%. The Buffaloes 15 of 24 for 62%. And there we talk again, turnovers. Eastern New Mexico commits 27, which lead to 31 Buffalo points. Just 12 turnovers for the Buffs, leading to 10 Eastern New Mexico points. Individually, for Eastern New Mexico, Yasnir Kobas had 4 points, 4 rebounds. Kevin Nzimba, 5 points, 9 rebounds. Kentrell Polian, 9 points, 7 boards. Garrick Sherrod, 4 points, 2 rebounds. Nico Basanakis, 7 points, 6 rebounds. Adam Hess with 9 points. Jared Perry, 16 points, 3 boards. Marvin Mapaga, 7 points, but one was one of the most emphatic one-handed alley-oop dunks we have seen in a couple years. Cornell Greenwood, 5 points, 4 rebounds, and Sebastian Jimenez came off the bench for the final 3.5 minutes. As a team, the Greyhounds 25 of 54 from the floor, 13 of 15 from the line, 33 rebounds, 10 assists, and 27 turnovers. For the Buffaloes, Jesse Oweezy, 10 points, 4 rebounds. Julius Brown, 20 points to lead all scorers. He had 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 steals. Solid game for Juju. Dalen Williams, 6 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block shot, and innumerous ball deflections, blocks, doing the things that don't show up in the box score. Zach Toussaint, 16 points, 2 rebounds. Larry Wise, 15 points, 4 rebounds. Cameron Bell, 2 rebounds. Hayden Blankley, 3 points, 2 boards. Addison Wallace, 3 points, 2 rebounds. Jonas Carlisle played 7.5 minutes. Parker Nielsen, no points in 8 minutes. Kevon Booker comes off the bench today, 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Torian Harris, 5 points, 1 rebound, 2 steals. And Austin Shelley, 4 points, 1 rebound. As a team, the Buffs 30 of 68, 11 three-pointers, 15 of 24 from the line, 35 rebounds, 15 assists, and 12 steals. Buffs' biggest lead was 32 late in the first half. Eastern New Mexico led by 1 at the 15:52 mark of the first half. Buffs had a 21-point run, which helped break this thing open. Wow. Eastern had an 8-point run late in the or midway through the second to make the score respectable. Buffs led for 37 minutes, 41 seconds. Eastern had their side with the most points for 15 seconds. 31 points off turnovers for the Buffs, 10 for the Greyhounds. 38 points in the paint for Eastern, 34 for WT. 11 second chance points for the Buffs, coming off of 12 offensive boards. Just 4 second chance points for Eastern. They had just 6 offensive rebounds. 20 fast break points for WT, 11 for Eastern, but the Eastern bench outscored the Buffs 37-19. Again, our final score, the Buffs win it 86-66. In Lucas, Kansas, we turn our sights now on a rare Tuesday night doubleheader. The Lady Buffs and the Aggies, the Buffaloes and the Aggies at 5:30 and 7:30 this Tuesday.
It will not be at Aggie Gymnasium, but we will have great popcorn here at the First United Bank Center, right?
It's going to be a lot of fun. Special shout out to our outstanding Thunder Vision crew tonight. Our director, Jamie Abbott. Great job to Miss Abbott. Camera operators, Daniel Kalunga, Jacob Johnson, John Erickson, Jordan Condi. For my broadcast partner, Lucas Kinsey, I'm Kent Johnson. Until Tuesday night, have a safe weekend. Have a happy Valentine's Day Monday, and we'll see you Tuesday right here at the First United Bank Center. You've been watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Networks.